Whenever an influencer embarks on creating their own brand, especially in the beauty and fashion industry, you just know things aren't going to go smoothly for them, and that's exactly what happened to Daus Mendoza. Daus released his new clothing brand this week, and before the brand even had time to launch, fans already were having major issues. It's a mess, so let's get into it. Think back to any time an influencer decide to launch a brand, and I guarantee 9 times out of 10, you can recall there being drama or some kind of major issues surrounding their products. Yes, I guess you could say influencer brands are more under a microscope, and small issues that most brands face are blown up because of people wanting to find issues.
Influencer brands specifically is that we are the brands held to the absolute highest of standard. We are held to higher standards than the most prestige brands like La Mer, Augustinius Bader, Sicily. We're held to higher standards than that.
Although that may be true, a lot of times influencers like to do things as cheaply as possible to increase their profit. They cut corners, they aren't educated on business, they have no real experience being a brand owner, they have massive egos, and that's a recipe for disaster. Let's put it this way, say you buy a lip balm from, I don't know, Tower 28. And there's something wrong with it, the formula wasn't mixed right, it's not what you expected, whatever. You're most likely not going to look up the Tower 28 CEO and have anger towards them over your bad lip balm. You're going to reach out to the brand, send a complaint, and hopefully get a replacement. Since there's no real face of the brand, that personal aspect is removed and your feelings typically aren't as intense. Meanwhile, if you're buying something from a public-facing influencer who you feel like you know and love and have this relationship with, and they sell you something bad, you're going to take it more personally, and there's a lot more weight to the disappointment. One influencer who learned that the hard way was Daus Mendoza. Daus is a TikToker with over 5 million followers. He makes makeup and fashion content. He's collabed with Macleod, good friends with Patrick Starr, frequently compared to James Charles, which he doesn't appreciate.
I knew I felt bloated today, but I didn't know I looked that bloated. I'm at the Red Beauty event, and this dumbass skinny guy's named Nicholas or whatever Nikolai ass is here, and I was walking past him and he just calls me a name of somebody really famous that I do not look like.
You might remember him from that whole controversy, but the one thing I will say is he has been doing really good lately. He landed a huge collab with Glamlight, and it was one influencer collab that was actually pretty good. It received a lot of great reviews, there were no major complaints that I saw. Things went over pretty well for him on that one. Unfortunately, his luck ran out when he decided to launch his own clothing brand. Daus announced he would be launching a clothing brand called Dausnamic and called it the next generation in dynamic fashion.
In less than 24 hours, I am about to be a CEO. The hottest CEO at that. My new clothing brand Dausnamic is launching tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST. I am so excited for this first launch. I just got my energy ruined. Whatever. Daus, forget it. Stop. I'm launching a clothing brand! Nobody's gonna ruin my energy, bitch. I'm Daus Mendoza and I built my brand from the ground up.
On his launch video, he even described the brand as being iconic fashion with higher standards. So when you say something like that, expectations are going to be high, and his audience was excited for something different than your typical influencer brand. That's until he revealed the designs for his first drop. The first drop includes a baby tee, a hat, sweatpants, and a zip-up hoodie, all displaying the words "Mean Girl Energy" plastered all over them.
This is my new clothing brand, Dausnamic. Starting off with my baseball hat. My all white baseball hats, they have blood red embroiderment all around. And right on the back, it says Dausnamic right on the Velcro strap. I hate a button strap. Hate. Next up is the baby tees. This is the Dausnamic Mean Girl Energy Baby Tee. Once again, it's in the signature blood red color. It has Mean Girl Energy on the front. Like every single clothing piece in this fall, the sizes range from extra small to 6XL. This is the Dausnamic Mean Girl Energy Zip-Up Hoodie. Two of my favorite things about this hoodie is the horns and the double zipper. This isn't just any double zipper though. It is my signature D logo as a zipper, which is honestly insane to see it and have it in person. Any other regular zip-up hoodie, this hoodie has 2 pockets. Now, let's get into the sweats.
I don't know about you guys, but Mean Girl Energy isn't something I'd want to wear across my chest, on my hat, on my pants, down my back, out in public. Also, why does it look like a cross between a knockoff Thrasher hoodie on Shein and Sisters Apparel merch? Personally, it's not my cup of tea, but I thought, you know what, maybe I'm not the target audience. Maybe Daus is catering to the late teens to very early 20s crowd and they'll live for it. Well, turns out not exactly. When Daus revealed the designs, his fans were not impressed, leaving comments like, "Why are we repping mean girl energy? This is called merch, babe. Why would I wear something calling me a mean girl? Looks like good quality, but damn, the words make the brand look corny AF. This is a canon event for a beauty influencer." You know that feeling when you're looking through shirts at Ross, then you think a shirt looks cute, but then you read the logo? This would be so cute if it didn't say mean girl energy. I'll get it when it's at TJ Maxx. And I know you know exactly what I mean when I say this looks like something you'd find on that one torn through rack at Forever 21 on like their final days when everything was going for $2. And look, you guys, I'm not talking about the quality. It does look like good quality. It doesn't look like the typical influencer merch. You can tell he didn't cut corners and just go with the cheapest materials to up his profit. The quality does look good. I'll give him that much. But unfortunately, the design makes it look like something you would find on Shein.
Yo, I just seen Daus crashing out because nobody bought his clothes or whatever, or like people bought it, or I don't know, people were complaining about I don't know, but he was like, "You bitches are so used to Shein, da 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 da." I think what he's not realizing is that I don't think it's the price, I think it's the look. I'm like, mean girl energy. That shit is like so corny. Like, what?
His young fans aren't going to see the quality and go, "Oh, I want to buy it because he used expensive materials and it was made in the USA." They're looking at the design and the price wasn't a big hit either. Daus was asking $120 for the hoodie, $80 for the sweatpants, $40 for the baby tee, and $40 for the hat. And let me tell you, when his fans saw these prices, they were shocked. We had comments like, "Girl, the prices are insane. Love ya. However, why are the prices so high? Daus, in the nicest way possible, what are these prices?" Totally wasn't expecting it to be so expensive. And do you guys remember what I said about influencers not having the business experience or education to run a brand and be a CEO and handle everything that comes with that title? Yeah, well, if you needed proof of that being true, let's take a look at how Daus handled all the backlash. Instead of taking in the criticism and letting his anger push him to be better, he took it all out on his audience and pretty much called them broke bitches that only shop at Shein and don't know good quality.
Seeing a lot of comments after I dropped my clothing brand, like, Shein has really with a lot of you bitches' brains. Like, it's crazy. Like, you guys don't even know the price of good quality clothes anymore because all you know is Shein. Your whole closet is Shein. It's actually insane. And your whole closet is fast fashion. You bitches don't even know real fashion. Honestly, like, don't buy my clothes if you don't want to. That's fine. Like, it's not for you then. Like, go back to Shein. Genuinely go back to Shein. It's not for you. My clothes is gonna be lasting clothes for people that buy clothes that last, for people that wear their clothes. Like, and for those of you being like, "Oh, it's giving merch, it's giving merch." Okay, it's giving merch. I genuinely don't give a the first drop. If you really paid attention, open up your eyes and listen to the shit that I say. I literally said that I wanted the first drop to be versatile for everybody. Sweats work on everybody. Why is the first drop gonna be latex? Why? Not every bitch wants to wear latex. Some bitches are insecure. They don't want to wear latex. They don't want to wear the tightest clothes in the world. Like, you bitches are so dumb. It pisses me off sometimes, genuinely. But anyways, go shop Dausnamic.store.
Of course, this video was swiftly deleted, but that didn't stop people from reposting it and his fans starting to see him in a bit of a different light. Some comments under the repost said, "It's giving out of touch. LOL, he used to do lots of Shein hauls before y'all made him famous." Some people were even pointing out just how similar his designs were to Nikita Dragun's merch designs from back in the day. From the horns, the font, the color, it's giving heavily inspired. Although there were some people who came to his defense, calling his fans out for how they've been reacting.
I don't see the issue. People thought it was more pricey, I get that, but if it's not within your budget, then just don't buy it. The material is quality. Say what you like about it. It is quality. That's a fact.
But people were quick to point out that it was Daus's reaction to the backlash that made people turn on him. One person wrote, "The problem isn't the prices. It's the way he takes criticism and when he calls people poor and not understanding. That's when we have a problem." I didn't even hear about this whole situation until Daus put out his response video, and that's when things really got picked up. Despite all the initial backlash, Daus was standing by his choices. He responded to one comment defending the prices and said, "The girls who get it, get it." And he also defended the price of the hat and said, "The embroidery goes all around. Is the lowest I could go." Although that response video Daus posted was probably his biggest mistake, because once that started making its way around and people saw how horrible he spoke about his fans, who fund his career by the way, that's when this situation really spread like wildfire. Daus got so much backlash that he eventually put out a video addressing his response and thanking his audience for calling him out.
I wanted to come on here and honestly thank you guys for clocking the me and putting myself in my place, because I honestly needed it.
He pretty much said the comments got to him because he put a lot of effort and thought into this line, and the negativity got to him.
I think I was being a bitch and inconsiderate, and I let a comment or multiple comments get to me when they shouldn't have, and I said some things whenever I was pissed because people like compared my stuff that I worked really hard on and designed myself to Shein, which is a lot more cheaper and just nothing compared to the quality of my brand.
He said he wanted to put the prices down, but his partner wouldn't let him.
As I explained in my last video, there was so much I could do with this first drop because I'm working with a partner and they just will not let me go any lower. But I'm listening, I'm hearing you guys, and I will go back to the drawing board and completely do something different, figure out ways to make things way more affordable, even though it is clothes, and clothes could get really pricey unless it is fast fashion. Sadly, that is why a lot of brands do fast fashion nowadays, which is not good for the environment.
He talked about how much this project meant to him and how when you see people talking negatively about something that you put a lot of passion into, it's hard to deal with, and that's why he reacted the way he did.
Since this is like my first time really designing something and sharing it with you guys for you guys to purchase too, it kind of like obviously opens the door for you guys to give your opinions on it, and I guess I just wasn't ready for that.
He also explained why he dropped sweats and sweaters. When he first announced the brand, he said it was going to be like the next brand in dynamic fashion. So when people saw sweaters and sweatpants, they were like, florals for spring.
Groundbreaking.
He said he wanted his first drop to be inclusive and something everyone would like to wear before he drops designs that won't be everyone's style.
I literally said I wanted something that was gonna be versatile for everybody, fit everybody's body type, which is why I dropped sweats and sweaters. Why am I gonna go and drop my craziest designs that only fit the skinniest of body types, or big boobs or small boobs or big asses? Like, I don't want to do that.
And he did mention possibly dropping the prices to the point where he apparently wouldn't be making a profit.
I literally said I wanted something that was gonna be versatile for everybody, fit everybody's body type, which is why I dropped sweats and sweaters. Why am I gonna go and drop my craziest designs that only fit the skinniest of body types, or big boobs or small boobs or big asses? Like, I don't want to do that.
And that's exactly what he ended up doing. He posted an update price list to his Instagram, which showed a pretty big drop for everything. He was now asking $75 for the hoodie, the sweatpants were $50, baby tee $30, and the hat also $30. He also posted a TikTok announcing the price drop. He said that he's refunding the difference to anyone who already pre-ordered, and said it should have been this way all along.
I know, this is what it should have been from the start. Listen, before you guys come at me and be like, Daus, why the f didn't you do this from the start? I tried. Okay, I'm not kidding, I tried. If you have already placed your order, do not worry, you will be refunded the difference.
He also said him and his partner aren't going to be making a profit on this drop.
We lowered it down to this price. Now, neither of me or my partners are making profit for this collection, and I truly do not care.
He talked more about the quality and showed a chart that breaks down the materials and told people that they need to do their research before they leave negative comments about his line.
People not listening, not paying attention, not wanting to pay attention, just wanting to comment the worst comment ever, just to hate. Almost everything, if not everything, is nearly 100% made out of cotton, okay? If you are gonna hate on anything, make sure you do your research about this.
And while it's great he listened to the backlash and did make some changes, a lot of comments aren't celebrating his announcement. Many people are still saying it's more so the design being ugly, his attitude being ugly, and how he handled the situation, turning his fans away from supporting him. One comment said, "It's your attitude, not the pricing." And others aren't believing that he's not making a profit, even with the new prices. With one person writing, "No shade, but I'm finding it very hard to believe that there's no profit. No investor would agree to invest with no profit. Plus, there's no way sweats are being manufactured for this price, no matter how good the quality is." I think this is just gonna have to be a you live and you learn situation for him. Being a brand owner is hard, especially if you're passionate about what you're selling. Not everyone is going to love what you made. People are gonna give their opinions, and a lot of the time, it's not gonna seem kind. That's business, and being a brand owner, you can't go around calling your customers Shein wearing broke bitches. It's only his first drop, there's always going to be room for improvement, but we'll just have to wait and see if he's able to take the criticism seriously, not take it to heart, not take it personally, and make changes without taking his anger out on his audience. That never goes over well. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.